Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. Here we are. It's Saturday evening to be doing a draw preview for Monte Carlo. This one will be kicking off tomorrow. The qualifiers are already in action today, and there's been some very interesting ones, especially one that JG pointed out to me earlier on. One of the competitors has been playing in a final in the Challengers and then travelled, what was it? Down the road just to go to another country.
It's not too far. So he's with the guy we're talking about is Holger Rune. He played a final today. He won the final in 3 sets, beating Pesaro, and that was in San Remo, which is about a 43-minute drive to Monte Carlo. He then had a few hours rest and straight back again. I think, is he playing right now or has he finished his match?
He won. Oh,
sorry. He played earlier on today and then won his match against Radu Albot. So well done to Holger Rune. Really good day for him. He's not qualified yet. He's going to have to play one more match, I believe, tomorrow. And it's going to be against Maxime Cressy, which he will be favourite for because Cressy on the clay courts, nowhere near as good. But yeah, there is some really good qualifiers. Some other ones to look out for. Bonzi, Lehetska maybe. You've got Kaboli, Rusevori, Zabata, Morales, Souza, Baez, Majarazak, Deli and Daniel. Deli had a big one for you. I know you had him in your BTO this week.
Yeah, and that was ruined his career.
That ruined his career. We had and then Cressy Rune and Otte Munar. So a high standard of qualifiers, but that's what you would expect. This is a Masters 1000 event on clay this time. Yep. So the first Masters 1000 event of the year on clay, and one I really can't wait for because it is one I like a lot. I like it usually most other years when Rafael Nadal's there. But the big man, Novak Djokovic, is going to be playing. And it's going to be fascinating to see how it works out. We did do an instant draw reaction the other day. And as we know, Djokovic and Alcaraz are in the same quarter.
Yes, they are indeed. Obviously, the main man, the 11-time champion, Rafael Nadal, not in the draw. He's still recovering. But since he last won it, Fabio Fognini's won it in 2019. He's in the draw. Dusan Lajovic, that finalist, he's going to be in the draw as well. And obviously those guys from the last final, Stefanos Tsitsipas, the reigning champion, and Andrei Rublev as well, the runner-up from last year, obviously defeating Nadal in the semi-final, I believe, or quarter-final, one or the other. Yeah. Anyway.
And this is an event Djokovic historically has not done great at. Last year he lost to Evans. The last time he won was 2015. That was his second win. He also won in 2013, beating Rafa in the final. Probably the more impressive of the two. But it's not an event Djokovic really sort of flourishes at, if I'm honest. No. I know Jeans made a point in the last stream we did, talking about how Djokovic takes him a little bit to get going. Doesn't mean anything for you wouldn't look at this and sort of compare his form here to how he's going to play at Roland Garros. It's a complete different thing altogether. Yeah, it may just take him a little bit to get going. So it doesn't mean anything if he is to lose early. It's not really an indication of how his Roland Garros form is going to be. But he will be the favourite. Let's be honest. I think the bookies have him as the favourite. I have him as the favourite to still win this event. Let's see if we both pick him. I don't know. I've not really done the bracket. I've not looked at the draw in full. Apart from the instant draw reaction we did since. So I don't know who I'm going to be having for my picks. If you guys want to enter, you can do so from home. The app is TNNS. It's free to do so. And you will be awarded a prize. If you top the Game to Love leaderboard, we'll be giving a prize to the winner. So best of luck, everyone who enters.
Yeah, so this is probably the opposite way around then. You haven't even looked at it. I've already completed my one on my phone just so I don't forget. So I'll be going. I had a bit of time spare today, so I was going through and just having a little look. And I just thought, why not? But let's get the draw up anyway. Everybody is.
So you know who you already got winning it.
Yep, I know I've got winning it. So
I don't have a clue. I say I have not looked at it. That would be lying because we both looked at it together.
Yeah, That's what
So
I
that's
mean.
the only look I've had. I've not really gone through it and done my picks. I don't know what I'm going to be having. So I'll let you lead then, Ben, if you know what you're doing.
Sure.
Mr.
Okay.
Expert.
So Djokovic versus Bai in the first round. Well, that was an easy one. So we got Djokovic going through. He doesn't play in the first round. Fokina versus Giron. I'm going to be going Fokina to knock out Giron.
Okay. I think I'm going to go Joron. I'm going to go the other way.
No worries.
And just quickly, before we do this, with the qualifiers, for those wondering, they're going to be played 10 a.m. tomorrow. So about midday time, that's UK time, that is when you can make your final adjustments to this.
Yes.
And that's when you can sort of put in the qualifiers where we know where they're going to be in the draw. Something to note, the qualifiers do look very good. So I think it is important to do that, because you could have a qualifier, I don't want to say it, but maybe going all the way to like the quarterfinals, semi-finals. They generally have some class, especially like the likes of a Baez or, I don't know, Holger Rune's not bad when he's on.
Well, exactly. Jal Munar as well.
Yeah.
Another really good clay court player. Just depends where they are pitted
depends
in
where
the
they
draw.
fall.
I've been impressed with Goffin this past week, though. I'm going to be putting him through for now, just as a provisional. We'll wait and see who the qualifier is, who he gets, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be going qualify here, knocking out Goffin. I'm then going to go Agut to beat Evans.
I am also.
So Evans had a great year last year, beating Djokovic. You think he's going out straight away?
Yeah, I do.
Not been a good year for him, really, has it?
It's not a good draw. It's a terrible draw. It's like up against a Spaniard, and I don't really fancy his chances against Agut on clay. Right, moving down. Lucas Caterina, always a wild card here in Monaco. I have him going out. I'm excited for Fritz to
Good
go.
player. I like a bit of Caterina, but I'll be going Fritz as well.
Cilic Songa. Sorry, Songa. I'm going Cilic.
I mean, I did do a video on him. Didn't perform great. And I think that sums it up. I love Songa, but he's not going to be winning. Unfortunately, I'm going to go Cilic.
Right, okay. Korda Van der Zandschulp. I'm going to be going Van der Zandschulp.
Now, that surprises me. I thought you'd go Korda.
No.
I'm definitely going Korda.
I like what I've seen over the past. I'm a recency man, so I've liked what I've seen. Botic, I think he'll get it done. Moving down, Alcaraz gets a bye. We've got Casper Ruud with a bye as well. Qualifier or Karatsev now? This is where it gets interesting.
I saw Karatsev hitting today. Who was he hitting with? Someone let me know in the live chat. But Karatsev was having a good knock up on the Monte Carlo courts. Looked good. I like the look of Aslan. I think he's ready for this.
I think he can go through.
Going far.
I think he can go through a round for sure. I'll have him knocking out the qualifier.
Lajovic, Krajinovic.
I'm going to go Lajovic here.
I don't have a clue.
That's a tough one. Two Serbians.
I'll go Krajinovic, but I don't know.
Well, Lajovic was a previous finalist here. That's the only reason that I've picked them. Dimitrov versus Basishvili. Pick them. I mean, 50-50. I'm going to go Dimitrov. Yeah, I'll go Dimi because of repping the Bulgarians. Always. Moving down. Hubie Hurkacz against Gael Monfils. I'm going to go and Gael Monfils. I reckon you are as well. I was
bigging him up, wasn't I? So I've got to do it, and that's exactly what I'm going to have. I'm going to have Gael Monfils with is that my first seed? Oh no, I have Basashvili going out, so another seed crashing out early for me.
I think it's a good preparation for leading up to the French as well, this for him, and I think he'll want to go far in some of these tournaments, and plus he's playing a lot better than he was last year as well. Next up, Pedro Martinez, Ugo Humbert. I'll be going Martinez.
Yeah, every day picks itself.
And the next one, slightly tougher though. Talon Griekspoor versus Albert Ramos. And I know that I picked Ramos to win the last event and he went out in the first round, which it really threw my whole bracket into disarray and meant that I was destined to lose the whole thing. Really.
Well, it was interesting because I put Griekspoor in my final as well, and he went out first round, I think, too. So we both went big on either of two of these. This time I'm going the other way around. Now I'm going to go Ramos because Griekspoor's upset me. You're probably going to go Griekspoor, right?
No, I'm going to stick.
Well, you're
going
to
to
stick with Ramos.
I'm going to stick. If you've noticed,
I'm putting a role reversal.
A lot of Spaniards are going through my one, as I'm sure. And in Rafa's absence, the other Spaniards are going to have to rep, I think, for him.
Okay.
Cam Norrie gets the bye. Felix also gets a bye there. And then we've got Musetti or Benoit Paire. I think we'll probably go on the same page.
Yeah.
I'll be going Musetti. Fucsovics versus Harris.
I'm going to go Fucsovic.
Yeah, I've got the same, but not with much confidence. Sorry, Martin. This one's the interesting one. I'll let you go first because I know that you were saying it's a real tough one to pick between Khachanov and Schwartzman.
I just feel you've recently been disrespecting Khachanov a little bit more. I know I'm not the man who sticks up for Khachanov. I know that. And I know you are someone who usually picks him. I think you've just been a little bit critical of him.
He let me down a lot of times.
You thought this was a very comfortable one for Schwartzman. I don't think it is comfortable. I think Schwartzman could lose a set. It could be a free setter. It's going to be tight. I'm going to go Schwartzman, but I generally think you underestimate Khachanov.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know that he has it in him. That's why I get annoyed that when I pick him and he loses.
So Khachanov here in this section, stay where you are, go up a little bit. He has the ability. If he's playing well, I think he clears this whole section.
Yeah, he can, for sure.
But it's a big if.
It's a very big if. This is a real nice section for any of these ones who fancy having a good tournament.
Any of them 4 players who are in form this week and playing well, they win this section.
Yep. Or even Lloyd Harris could have a chance if he starts.
I'll include him in that. Even Benoit Paire.
Yeah, well, let's not go too crazy. Let's move down. Sonego Ivashka. I'm going to be going Sonego.
Yeah, me too.
Ger versus a qualifier. Tough. I will be picking him because I do think he is decent, but it's hard to know because if he comes up against Baez, potentially, someone like that, I may change my mind. Rinderknecht, Fanini. Fanini, come on, he's a previous champion.
Yeah, I love Fanini. He loves Monte Carlo. And then Tsitsipas Rublev with the bye.
Yeah,
I'm going to have Dimonor beating the qualifier for now. Garin beating the qualifier for now.
I have the qualifier beating Dimonor here.
Yeah.
I have Garin beating the qualifier.
You was picking up Coric in the instant draw reaction. Are you still picking him up?
No, I just thought it was a big name. I just thought it looked nice.
Are you still calling the Sinner early exit, or you've changed for that?
I never called the Sinner early exit. All I said was
you did hint it.
When you get ones on paper that are actual players who have been near the top of the game, and then they get pitted against someone like Sinner, it's quite interesting. Like when we saw Coric play Zverev recently, did all right, but still he's not back to his best yet. So Sinner through for me. Then Buster to beat the qualifier.
Depends who it is, but I'll leave it there for now. Wawrinka Bublik, another really good match. Of course, I did cover it in my news last week. Wawrinka with the wild card. I'm putting him through. He's all in caps lock for a reason. I'll have Wawrinka beating Bublik.
Yeah, Songa's out. I can't have them both going out. So I'll have Wawrinka as well. The next one was probably slightly tougher. Delbonis versus a qualifier. I did and ah with it a bit, but then I knew how much crap I'll get from everyone in the live chat if I didn't pick Delbonis, so I went with Delbonis.
Fair enough. Let's go on to the next side.
Let's go back to the top.
So round of 32.
Djokovic versus Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. I'll be going Djokovic.
Yeah, it's his first match back. I don't think he's going to mess up against either Fokina or Giron, so I'm having Djokovic as well.
I've got Goffin versus Agut, and I'll be having Agut to go through.
I don't really have any. Why don't I have anyone there? Oh, because I've got qualifier. Was Goffin pitted against qualifier? Yeah, I'm going to be having Agut anyway, so it's fine. Fritz, Cilic, I'm going to have Cilic.
Yeah, I know.
Alcaraz called, I'm going Alcaraz.
Sorry. Alcaraz as well.
Rude Karatsev.
I'm going Rude, sorry.
Oh.
I'm going Karud.
Go on then, I'll go something different just to mix it up. I'm going to have Aslan knocking out Casper Ruud.
I would love it.
It's not a sensible one. It's not a sensible one at all.
But
I just watched his training video today, Aslan, and I just thought,
a bracket winner.
He's got a good event in him every now and then. Played brilliant last year in Belgrade.
He is. He's got
He's got it there. I
Well,
mean, Casper Ruud's pretty solid on the clay. It's a big ask for Karatsev.
last
It'll
year's
be one of them for beat the
semi-finalist.
odds. If I do it, it'll be about 7s that day, maybe 8s.
It'd be. I don't know if it'd be that big, but it'd be big. Yeah,
No,
for sure.
I guarantee you. Remember this: 7 or 8s if they forget this matchup.
7 or 8. I think
7 or
that's
8s.
a bit disrespectful, to be honest, for Aslan.
I
If
guess
that
so.
was the.
I think it's going
Let's
to be
see.
like that.
So you have you? Who did you go with in the next one?
Krajinovic, Dimitrov. I'm going to have Dimmy.
I've got Dimmy
no
as
hope.
well. I did there after last year when he had the toothache. Bit of a. I'm gonna have. Well, we got Martinez, Monfils. I'm gonna go Monfils.
Oh, so you're copying me on this little section, eh?
I don't know. I'm just doing what I did earlier.
Yeah, but you're copying what I said. I mean, I said Galmon Feast to come out this little section.
It's a nice section.
It is a nice section. I'll go Nori to beat Ramos.
I have the same. Right. So moving down. Nice matchup there. Nori versus Monfils.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
Right. And there you go. We got Milan Sen. I saw a video of Aslan hitting with Nole. So maybe that was.
Oh, was it Nole?
Ooh.
I saw him hitting with someone, and I thought, I mean, he looks good.
Ooh. Oh, he's going to win
He's
it.
very ready. He's very ready,
win
Aslan.
the whole thing.
I mean, if Aslan beats Ruud, it's a really big differential for me.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Felix versus Musetti. I've got Musetti to knock out Felix.
Yeah, me too.
And I've got Schwartzman to knock out Marton.
Yeah. And then I can even go one more. So now you go to beat Zer.
I didn't have that. I have Zer to beat Sonego.
Right.
And then we've got Fanini Tsitsipas. In the next one, I've got Tsitsipas.
Go on then.
Right,
Don't know though. Do you reckon Fanini could beat Tsitsipas?
Nah.
2 previous champs.
Don't think so.
Fanini's really good at Monte Carlo.
I know, but just how much he wants it.
No, but he's seriously good. And when he's he's such a dangerous player. I think your recency bias goes a little bit far when it comes to him because you underestimate him all the time. I don't think you've ever been on the Fanini train ever.
No, he could throw his toys out the pram at any second. That's why I don't trust him. It's like back in Kyrgios, like he did today. Terrible. Had the opportunity to just level it up and save a break point and chose to swear at the umpire, gave a breakaway, and then gave up. Didn't even try for any serve. Just lost. Useless.
Yeah, it is really frustrating now, Nick Kyrgios. But I think we'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah.
I do have a lot to say on it.
Rublev to beat the qualifier.
I've got him to beat Dimonor.
Sinner to beat Garin. So the battle of the gingers.
Yeah, me too.
Right, there we go. Moving down.
I think we've got the same 4 at the bottom as well. Is it Del Boni, Zverev, Busta, Wawrinka? I reckon we'll have different people coming out of it though.
Maybe. I'm going to have Busta and Zverev. So
yeah, so I'm not going to have that. Okay. I'm going to go Stan Wawrinka, keep the run going. Could even go Del Bonis.
Oh my word. I hope so. But
listen, you need to play.
Should be suspended.
Zverev, no, he had an injury, didn't he? In the last, what happened in the last event?
I thought he just went.
He was injured. No, but he was struggling with injury. That's why he couldn't play. Have a look at Zverev's last match.
Who was he playing in the last match?
I'll tell you. It was in Miami, and he lost to. Was it Casper Ruud? Yeah, Casper Ruud.
Yeah,
and in that third, he was just struggling physically. He couldn't really hit the ball like he wanted to. So yeah, he may not still be there. Could pull out. I'm not sure. I'll have him beating Del Bonis, but that's maybe as far as he goes. Well, I might have to go further because I got Wawrinka in the next round. I'll have to see.
Stan's going to win it all by the looks of it.
Maybe.
That would be a story. I'd love that. I would actually pay good money to see Stan Wawrinka win Monte Carlo. Right, we move to the top, and we've got Djokovic versus Bautista Agut. I believe that Bautista Agut doesn't have a very good head-to-head against Djokovic, so I'll be going Djokovic.
What is their head-to-head? Because Djokovic
like
usually
9-3 or something like that to Djokovic.
It's not a bad one for Agut. Agut does trouble him. I'm actually going to be going Bautista Agut to knock out Novak Djokovic here. This is his real. This is his real sort of tricky match back. The first one's a bit of a bye. No offense to Giron. Who did you have or Fekina? Either of them two, I think he wins. I think a Gut could sort of wind him, like wear him away. And
never
I'm
beaten
sorry,
him on
Nole
clay.
fans. I'm going to have a Gut beating Djokovic here.
On clay, it's 4-0 to Djokovic in their head-to-head.
Okay.
But overall, he's still beaten him 2 out of the last 4 times they've played. So that's it's a possibility. I know you always like a bit of a Gut, so I'm not surprised with that pick too much. I'm coming down here, Alcaraz to knock out Fritz. So I've got Alcaraz Djokovic, which is the match everyone wants to see. I'm hoping we do get to see it. Yep. Moving down, Ruud Dimitrov sort of picks itself for me. Casper Ruud to win that one.
Yeah, I'll have Karatsev winning that one.
Oh, go on, Aslan Karatsev. And then I'm going to have, I believe it's Cam Norrie going through in this one, but I'll just double check. I'm pretty certain it was. Yeah. Against Monfils.
Yeah, I'll go Cam Norrie as well.
I think it's a wise choice. He's pretty solid. Then we come down, Musetti versus Schwartzman. I think that's the end of the road.
Diego.
Yeah, I think this is a good little section for Diego. I quite like it. I think he'll be happy with his section.
Yeah, no, I'm going Schwartzman as well.
So Schwartzman to go through, and he will meet the defending champion, Tsitsipas. He will knock out Ger.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sonego to knock out Tsitsipas here.
Whoa. Big shout, but I like it. He's got
another big dog coming out.
He's got some big cojones down that side. Right. Then we got Sinner versus Rublev. I'll go Sinner to knock out Rublev.
Yeah, I'm going to have Sinner as well. Surprised you're putting Sinner so far. Seeing as you was a bit against him in the draw.
Well, watch, Coric beats him first round now. Can see it already. Right, and then in the bottom, I have Zverev to knock out Buster. This could be an error. Buster may beat him, I think. I don't know why.
Well, I've got Wawrinka, Zverev. I think I'm not sure about Zverev, but I'm going to have to put him through in this situation. So I'll have him beating Wawrinka.
Skiing front back, one of our members, giving us a bit of England forever in the live chat. Cheers for that. Appreciate that. We need that. We need that in Qatar.
I mean, I've only got 3 seeds left in the quarterfinals.
Well, you may win the whole thing.
Well, I did say to you, it's the clay court when you're sort of just coming back. I think you see some weird results.
Right. So Djokovic, Alcaraz, the match everybody wants to see. It's only one person going to win, though, isn't it? Surely. Carlos Alcaraz knocks out Novak Djokovic. He keeps the run going.
I'm going to have Alcaraz as well.
He's got the hunger now. And I feel that if he keeps on with that amazing sort of like standard of play that he's sort of set out now, he's got the sort of the monkey off his back with he's won a Masters now. Now it's time for this clay, which is his better, arguably, his better form comes on the clay court. So moving down. For me, Ruud always beats Norrie, but sorry, Norrie. So I'm having that.
Yeah, I'm going to have Norrie beating Karatsev.
Oh, that could be an interesting match, that one. Norrie Karatsev.
Quite close, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
My next up, I've got Schwartzman Sonego. You've gone Schwartzman Tsitsipas.
Yep.
I'm going to have Schwartzman advancing.
I have Tsitsipas advancing. And we get to the bottom. I've got Sinner versus Zverev, and I have Sinner knocking out Zverev here.
Okay, I'm going to go the other way then. I'm going to have Zverev knocking out Sinner.
Ooh. Yannick Sinner.
It's quite fascinating, really. My semi-finals.
Back to the top, and we got the two who have just met each other. And they played once before on the clay, and Alcaraz beat him in straight sets. I don't think he's dropped a set to Casper Ruud since they played twice, so he knocks out Casper Ruud here as well. Yeah,
mine Alcaraz, Norrie. I don't know. It's a tough one. Norrie could do something, but I think Alcaraz, the way he's going, it's just, I don't want to get too carried away with him, but it's hard not to. I think he just seems to be very, very solid. And I'm excited to see after how he's developed as a man. It's physically a lot stronger. Let's see how he plays on the clay courts now. I'm going to have him move into the final as well, beating Norrie.
Nice. Right, and moving to the bottom, I have Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's going to be up against Yannick Sinner on my one, and your one, you've got Zverev.
Schwartzman.
Okay, that's still quite a good one.
Yep.
I'm not going to waste any time. I don't think that Sinner's got it in his locker yet to beat Tsitsipas, so I'm having Tsitsipas meeting Alcaraz in the final.
Okay, no worries. Schwartzman Zverev. I need to have a look at some head-to-head stats because all I can think of is in this one is Cologne 6-1, 6-1.
Oh yeah,
Zverev.
that's hard courts.
Yeah, but that's all I can think of, and it's like when someone annihilates. I remember watching that match, and when someone annihilates you so much, so hardly, like incredibly, just smacked him off the court. I just find it hard to really believe
this,
that anything can change.
The only time they played on the clay courts, Schwartzman beat him 6-1, 6-love.
Okay. All right, that settles it. I'll have Diego Schwartzman in the final.
8 years ago, but still, it did happen.
I mean, I love Schwartzman, so I'm really happy I've got an Alcaraz Schwartzman final.
It's a good one.
I can get behind.
And I have on my one Alcaraz versus Tsitsipas. The reigning champion gets back to the final again, where he faces the in-form Carlos Alcaraz. And I'm having him winning this one as well. Carlos Alcaraz, back-to-back Masters. He's doing an eager. That's what we call it now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to join you, mate. I'm going to have Carlos Alcaraz beating Diego in the final. It'll be a really, really massive victory if he can do it. And yet again, we're both on the Alcaraz train. We did do this in Miami, and he won. So maybe we can keep it going. Did we both have Iga winning Indian Wells as well? I think we did.
I think we both had a win in Indian Wells, yep.
So we had Iga winning Indian Wells. It happened. We both had every time we go for the same player now seems to win. So maybe this will work again.
It's the future of tennis, mate. That's why when we actually back the future of tennis as Game to Love is, then this is what happens. So I'm backing Carlos to get it done. I think that he will perform under the bright lights against Tsitsipas.
Fair enough. I do want to just make a note for those wondering. I've seen a few comments. Why have I picked so many weird sort of picks, unusual, or sort of underdogs? The reason for that, I just have a feeling in this event we're going to see a lot of sort of shocks and upsets. You've got to remember last year, Dan Evans beat Djokovic. There was also some other weird results. Rublev beat Nadal. There's results you can't always explain with stats and previous history. I think we're going to see the exact same thing this year. And I'm going off that logic that we're going to have a bit of unknown happening in this event. But ultimately, Carlos Alcaraz is going to come through and win it. So that's what I'm going with. Hopefully it can work out. And Aslan doesn't let me down and go out first round.
Well, I think you've got some interesting ones in there. I think the Sonego one as well is a very interesting one. It's all possible. But we'll have to wait and see what happens when we actually get onto the court. Dark horse time?
Yeah, so dark horse. I mean, I've got a few to choose from. Let's see who went furthest. I think I need to have a look at the seeds because it's a bit annoying. I don't know. So what does it have to be? Over 10 seed or just not seeded?
Well, I was going to say not seeded, but if it makes it easier, we can go. It's difficult.
Like we usually go over 10, right?
Yeah, over 10's fair, I feel.
Okay, over 10, I'll have Diego Schwartzman. He's 12.
The easiest one there for you.
The easiest one I could possibly do is in my final. Diego's draw is not bad at all. I don't think he's won Monte Carlo, and I would love him to retire with a Monte Carlo under his belt. I think it is for him. I don't want to speak too much for Diego. I've not spoke to him personally, but if I had to hazard a guess, I would think this event he would want to win more than any other sort of Masters event. Sort of aside from a Grand Slam, this is probably one of the biggest things for Diego. A Monte Carlo title would be massive.
It is massive. I'm going to go just based upon the draw. And if you say Zverev is a little bit wobbly, I'm going to say Carreño Busta then as my dark horse, just because if he gets through, you never know.
I don't think he's getting. He could lose to the qualifier.
Maybe
against Baez. Like if that's a Baez or something like that, Holger Rune. think Buster could be done for
Well, we've got
early. But
Almino in. Wawrinka, dark horse
I
for
knew
me.
Almino would do that. So I'm
Why
looking
not?
forward to your beat the odds as well, Almino.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can put Wawrinka for you a few and wish him some luck, because I feel sometimes with beat the odds, you do will the player through and it helps them. Or if Ben picks them, it just sends them out.
Sends them right out. Get
Depends
out
who picks it. If Bob Van picks it, it's a good chance he'll go through. If Ben picks it, on the way home.
That's it. It's been like I've had a few good ones, but they're just not enough consistency in my selections, unfortunately. But make sure you get your entries in. I believe, like you were saying, it closes tomorrow around lunchtime. So just don't wait until the last minute to get your provisionals in at least. And then if you need to change a couple of the qualifiers once they're announced, then you can do that. But yeah, don't leave it until the qualifiers are done. Just heaven forbid they were to kick off and you don't have your bracket in. It's happened to me before, and that's why I ended up doing this one before we even did this draw preview, because I can't be. I'm already far enough behind JG on the on the competition. I need to claw some back. That's for sure.
Yeah, and of course, make sure to enter as well, because we will be giving a prize away for the winner of the Game to Love League. I think we've got. Is it 800? I'll tell you
30. Yeah.
It was 825. So yeah, 830 now, which is great. Almost at 1,000 people in, which is awesome. So make sure to join if you haven't already. It's completely free to do so. But before we go, last little promo, beat the odds. If you want to join, we'll be starting that again from Monday to Friday. I want to congratulate Liam. Well done to Liam.
Well done, Liam.
He won this week and he wins £20. If you want to be in for a sort of winning some money, make sure to join Beat the Odds, and you can have a chance of winning some money if you feel like you know some picks better than what we do.
Beat the odds. That is right. Beat the odds. I can show you. I can give you a little taster of the final standings. I think that's probably all we're going to have a look at. You can have to see the final picks and the final standings. So here you go. You can see there. It was, in the end, Liam who won with 8 out of 10 correct picks this week. And as you can see, I came last there on average odds, me and Almino bringing up the rear. But it was still a fun week, and there were still some good picks from everybody. You had a very topsy-turvy week. It started with 5 in a
I won
row.
the first 5 and lost the next 5. So
yeah,
it's a bit of a shambles, but I enjoyed it. It was fun because it went down to the wire. And in theory, I could have even won on the last day if I got both of mine and Liam and Boban lost his. So yeah, interesting one. Look forward to next week. If you want to join, drop us a message in the Discord and we can set it out for you.
That's it indeed. Right, I'll get rid of that. Okay, well, that's it. Monte Carlo draw preview complete. Next up, there's going to be just some matches. So we'll just keep you updated. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the bell notification and it will notify you when we go live covering some matches this week.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. That's our draw preview. We've both gone Carlitos. Let's see how he gets on. Let's see how Djokovic gets on as well. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you for some action in Monte Carlo very soon.
See you then, guys.